Audiobook conclusion.
Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success while others struggle despite their best efforts?
Understanding the law of
What if
cause
there's a
and effect,
universal law that governs every outcome in your life?
And by
Understanding the law of cause and effect can empower you to take control of your actions, reshape your destiny, and create lasting happiness and success.
Both positive and
Introduction.
negative, is the first
The
step
audiobook
toward
How the
meaningful
Law of
change.
Cause and Effect Shapes Your
Applying
Life
the law
is
to
written
achieve
and published
success.
by Wisdom
Setting
Audiobooks.
intentional goals,
In this
staying
fast-paced
consistent,
world,
and
many of us
overcoming
feel
obstacles
lost,
are essential for
overwhelmed,
turning
or stuck
aspirations
because we
into
don't
reality.
understand the
The
connection
spiritual
between our
dimension,
actions and
your
outcomes.
thoughts, intentions,
Some struggle with
and energy play a
relationships,
crucial role
others
in
face
creating
financial
harmony and
instability,
fulfillment in your life.
and many feel as though
Building
life
a
is
life aligned
unfair.
with the law,
This
daily
audiobook
practices,
dives deep into how
supportive
every thought,
environments, and
decision,
celebrating
and behavior
small wins
creates
help you
ripples that
integrate
shape
these
your
principles
reality,
into your everyday
whether in
existence.
relationships, career,
These
or
lessons
personal
remind us
growth.
that success and
I know
happiness
how
are
it
not
feels to
random.
question why
They're the
things aren't
result of
working out the
deliberate
way you
choices
planned.
and sustained effort.
I've been there too,
Now that
feeling
you've
like
gained
no
these
matter how
insights,
hard I
I want
tried,
to encourage you
success
to take
seemed just
action.
out of reach.
Remember,
But what I
knowledge alone
discovered
is not
changed
enough.
everything.
It's what you
The
do
law
with
of
it that
cause and
truly
effect
matters.
isn't about luck or
Start
chance.
small.
It's about
Focus on
understanding
one
the
area
patterns
of your
behind
life
your
where
life's
you'd like to
results.
see improvement.
This
And commit
audiobook
to
will
making
guide you through
consistent,
practical
intentional
insights
changes.
and actionable steps to
Whether it's
harness the
improving
power
your
of the law of
relationships,
cause and effect.
advancing your career,
By
or
listening
nurturing your
attentively,
spiritual
you'll
growth,
discover tools
trust
to
that every
transform
step forward
challenges
brings you
into
closer to your
opportunities and
dreams.
align your actions with your
Don't be
desired
discouraged by
outcomes.
setbacks.
Whether
They're
you're
part of the
seeking
process.
clarity, peace, or
As
success,
Confucius
these
once
lessons will help you navigate life with
matter how
purpose and
slowly you go
confidence.
as long as you
Your
do not
wisdom
stop.
journey starts here.
Stay patient.
Chapter
stay
1.
persistent,
Understanding
and
the
believe in
law
your
of
ability
cause
to
and
create
effect.
the life you desire.
In this chapter,
You have
we'll
everything
explore
you
the
need
fundamental
within you to
principle that
succeed.
governs every
All
aspect
it
of your
takes is
life.
courage,
You'll
discipline,
learn what this
and faith
universal
in the
law
journey
is,
ahead.
where it comes from,
Thank you for
and how it
joining me on this
influences
wisdom
everything
journey
from
through
your
how the
daily
law of
decisions
cause
to
and
your
effect
long-term
shapes your
outcomes.
life.
Through
It's been an
relatable
honor to
examples
share
and
these
actionable
insights with you,
insights, you'll
and I
see how
hope they
this timeless
inspire you to
truth
live
can
with
transform
purpose,
the way you
intention,
approach
and
challenges
joy.
and opportunities.
If you found value
1.
in this audiobook,
Definition
please
and
take a
origins
moment
of
to
the
show
law
your
of
support.
cause and effect.
Like this
Let's
video
start
to
with a
help
simple
others
yet
discover
profound
it.
truth. Every
Share it with
action
friends
has an
or family
equal
who
and
might
opposite
benefit from
reaction.
these teachings.
This isn't just a
Subscribe to
scientific
Wisdom
principle.
Audiobooks for
It's a
more
universal
inspiring
law that
content
applies
designed
to
to
every
empower
area of
and
life.
uplift you.
Whether you're
Your
aware of it or
engagement means
not,
the world
the
to me,
choices you make
and
today,
together, we
no
can
matter
spread
how
wisdom and
small, are
positivity to
shaping your
countless
tomorrow.
lives.
The law of
Until
cause
next
and
time,
effect has
remember,
deep roots in
you are the
philosophy,
architect of your
spirituality, and
Keep
science.
building, keep growing,
In ancient
and keep
Eastern
shining
philosophies like Buddhism, it's known as karma, which teaches that our actions determine our future experiences. Similarly, in Western thought, philosophers like Aristotle emphasized causality, the idea that every effect has a cause. Even modern physics supports this concept through Newton's third law: for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So why does this matter? Because understanding this law gives you immense power. It means you are not a victim of circumstance but the architect of your destiny. As the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." Your thoughts, words, and deeds are the seeds you plant. They grow into the fruits of your life. 2. Examples in everyday life. Now let's bring this abstract concept down to earth with some real-life examples. Imagine someone who consistently saves money instead of overspending. Over time, their savings grow, providing financial stability, freedom, and peace of mind. On the other hand, someone who spends recklessly might find themselves drowning in debt. The difference isn't luck, it's the result of consistent actions over time. Here's another example. Think about two entrepreneurs starting similar businesses. One invests in quality products, builds trust with customers, and focuses on long-term growth. The other cuts corners to save costs, neglecting customer satisfaction. Guess who succeeds in the end? The first entrepreneur's commitment to excellence creates a ripple effect of loyalty and success, while the second's shortcuts lead to failure. This principle applies to relationships too. A person who treats others with kindness, respect, and empathy tends to attract positive, supportive people into their life. Conversely, someone who is selfish or dishonest often finds themselves isolated or surrounded by negativity. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wisely put it, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." Your actions always tell the true story of who you are and where you're headed. 3. The ripple effect. How small actions create big changes. One of the most fascinating aspects of the law of cause and effect is its ripple effect. Just like dropping a pebble into a pond creates waves that spread outward, every action you take sends ripples throughout your life, and sometimes even beyond. Let me share a short, inspiring story to illustrate this point. In the early 1900s, a young man named James Cash Penney opened a small store in Wyoming called the Golden Rule Store. His guiding principle was simple: treat customers the way you'd want to be treated. He believed that fairness, honesty, and integrity would pay off in the long run, even if it meant sacrificing short-term profits. At first, his business struggled, but he remained committed to his values. Over time, word spread about Penney's exceptional service and ethical practices. Customers began flocking to his store, and soon he expanded across the United States. Today, J.C. Penney is one of the largest retail chains in America, all because one man chose to act with integrity decades ago. This story shows how one decision, to live by the Golden Rule, created a ripple effect that transformed not only Penney's life but also the lives of millions of employees and customers worldwide. Now think about your own life. Every choice you make, whether it's saying a kind word, helping someone in need, or working toward a goal, is sending ripples into the universe. These ripples may seem small now, but over time, they can create massive waves of change. 4. Practical insights: identifying causes and effects in your life. To truly harness the power of this law, you need to become more aware of the causes and effects operating in your life. Here's a simple exercise to help you get started. Step 1. Reflect on recent outcomes. Take a moment to think about the results you've experienced recently. Are they positive or negative? For example, maybe you received praise at work, or perhaps you faced conflict in a relationship. Step 2. Trace them back to specific actions. Ask yourself, what did I do, or failed to do, that led to this outcome? If you got praised at work, it might be because you prepared thoroughly for a presentation. If you had a disagreement with a loved one, it could be due to unkind words or lack of communication. Step 3. Adjust your approach. Once you identify the cause, you can adjust your behavior to create better outcomes. For instance, if poor communication caused tension in your relationship, commit to listening more attentively and expressing yourself clearly. Remember, awareness is the first step toward transformation. As Confucius famously said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Start paying attention to your actions, and you'll begin to see patterns emerge. 5. Key takeaway: aligning your actions with your goals. The law of cause and effect teaches us that success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you must align your daily actions with your long-term goals. For example, if your dream is to write a book, you won't finish it by waiting for inspiration to strike. Instead, you'll need to sit down and write a little bit every day, even when it feels hard. Each sentence you write is a cause that brings you closer to completing your manuscript, a powerful effect. Similarly, if you aspire to improve your health, you won't see results by skipping workouts or indulging in unhealthy habits. You'll need to prioritize nutritious meals, regular exercise, and adequate rest. Over time, these small, consistent actions will compound into significant improvements. As the legendary motivational speaker Jim Rohn once said, "Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals." By focusing on the basics and staying disciplined, you can turn your dreams into reality. You've taken the first step toward mastering the law of cause and effect. Remember, every action counts, no matter how small. The key is to stay mindful, intentional, and patient. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into identifying your current causes and effects so you can take full control of your life. Chapter 2: Identifying your current causes and effects. In this chapter, we'll take a closer look at the patterns shaping your life right now. By reflecting on your recent outcomes and tracing them back to specific actions, you'll gain clarity about what's working and what's not. This awareness is the foundation for making meaningful changes and aligning your life with your goals. 1. The power of self-awareness: why reflection matters. Before we can change our lives, we need to understand how they're currently unfolding. Too often, we focus on the results without examining the underlying causes. For example, if you're struggling financially, it's easy to blame external factors like the economy or bad luck. But the truth is, your financial situation is often a direct reflection of your habits, decisions, and mindset. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking this understanding. It allows you to step back and objectively assess your actions, thoughts, and behaviors. As Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." When you examine your life deeply, you begin to see the connections between your choices and their consequences. So, let's start by asking yourself some important questions. What are the recurring outcomes in my life, positive or negative? What actions or habits might be contributing to these results? Am I taking responsibility for my role in creating my reality? These questions may feel uncomfortable at first, but they're essential for growth. Remember, self-awareness isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. 2. A guided self-assessment exercise. To help you identify the causes behind your current effects, I'd like to guide you through a simple yet powerful exercise. Grab a pen and paper, or open a note-taking app, and follow along. Step 1. List recent outcomes. Write down 3 significant outcomes you've experienced recently. These could be related to your career, relationships, health, finances, or personal growth. For example, Outcome 1. Received a promotion at work. Outcome 2. Had an argument with a close friend. Outcome 3. Felt overwhelmed and stressed. Step 2. Trace each outcome back to its cause. Now, analyze each outcome and ask yourself, what actions, decisions, or habits led to this result? Be honest with yourself. For instance, promotion, consistently meeting deadlines, volunteering for challenging projects, and maintaining a positive attitude. Argument, speaking impulsively without considering the other person's feelings. Stress, overloading your schedule and neglecting self-care. Step 3. Identify patterns. Look for recurring themes in your list. Do you notice any habits that consistently lead to success or failure? For example, if you find that preparation and persistence always yield positive results, those are strengths to build upon. Conversely, if procrastination or negativity keeps holding you back, those are areas to address. This exercise is a powerful tool for gaining insight into your life. It helps you see that you have more control over your circumstances than you might think. 3. Common pitfalls that block progress. While self-awareness is crucial, many people fall into common traps that prevent them from applying the law of cause and effect effectively. Let's explore these pitfalls so you can avoid them. Blaming external factors. One of the biggest obstacles to personal growth is blaming others or external circumstances for your problems. While external factors certainly play a role, focusing solely on them robs you of your power to create change. As Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Take ownership of your life, even when things don't go as planned. Seeking quick fixes. In today's fast-paced world, we're conditioned to expect instant results. But lasting success requires patience and persistence. Trying to shortcut the process often leads to frustration and disappointment. Instead, embrace the journey and trust that consistent effort will pay off over time. Neglecting long-term consequences. Many people prioritize short-term gratification over long-term benefits. For example, indulging in junk food may satisfy immediate cravings, but it harms your health in the long run. Similarly, cutting corners in business might bring quick profits, but it damages your reputation. Always consider the long-term impact of your actions. By recognizing and avoiding these pitfalls, you can stay focused on creating positive causes that lead to desirable effects. 4. Reframing negative patterns, turning challenges into opportunities. Now that you've identified some of the causes behind your current outcomes, it's time to reframe any negative patterns. Life is full of challenges, but every challenge is also an opportunity to learn and grow. Let me share a story to illustrate this point. A young woman named Maya was struggling with her weight and self-esteem. She tried countless diets and workout plans, but nothing seemed to work. Frustrated, she decided to dig deeper into her habits. Through self-reflection, she realized that her emotional eating stemmed from stress and unresolved feelings of inadequacy. Instead of giving up, Maya reframed her perspective. She started journaling to process her emotions, practiced mindfulness to manage stress, and adopted a balanced approach to nutrition and exercise. Slowly but surely, she transformed not only her body but also her mindset. Today, Maya is a certified wellness coach who inspires others to overcome similar struggles. Maya's story shows that challenges aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. By reframing negative patterns and committing to positive change, you can turn setbacks into breakthroughs. Here are some practical strategies to help you reframe your own patterns. Replace negative habits with positive ones. If you tend to procrastinate, set small, achievable goals to build momentum. Practice gratitude. Focus on what's going well in your life instead of dwelling on problems. Studies show that gratitude rewires your brain for positivity. Surround yourself with supportive people. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that encourage growth and accountability. 5. Key takeaway: taking responsibility for your life. The law of cause and effect teaches us that we are the creators of our own reality. While external factors may influence us, our thoughts, words, and actions ultimately determine our outcomes. By taking responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power to shape your future. As Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychiatrist, once wrote, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and power to choose our response." No matter what happens to you, you always have the choice to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Chapter 3: Applying the Law of Cause and Effect to Achieve Success. In this chapter, we'll explore how you can harness the power of this universal law to create lasting success in every area of your life. You'll learn practical strategies for setting meaningful goals, staying consistent, and overcoming obstacles along the way. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear roadmap for turning your aspirations into reality. 1. Goal setting with intention, aligning your actions with your vision. Success doesn't happen by accident, it's the result of intentional effort. To achieve your dreams, you need to set clear, specific goals that align with your values and vision for the future. As Tony Robbins famously said, "Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible." Here's how you can set goals with intention. Step 1. Define what success means to you. Before you can set meaningful goals, you need to clarify what success looks like for you. Is it financial independence, a fulfilling career, strong relationships, or personal growth? Write down your definition of success and keep it somewhere visible as a daily reminder. Step 2. Break down big goals into smaller steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming, so break them into manageable chunks. For example, if your goal is to write a book, start by committing to writing 500 words a day. Small, consistent actions add up over time. Step 3. Make your goals SMART. Ensure your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," set a goal like, "I will exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week and eat 5 servings of vegetables daily." This clarity makes it easier to track progress and stay motivated. By setting intentional goals, you create a roadmap for success, and ensure that every action you take moves you closer to your destination. 2. The power of consistency, building momentum over time. One of the most important lessons about the law of cause and effect is that small, consistent actions lead to big results. Success isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work, even when it feels hard. Let me share a story to illustrate this point. In the early 1980s, a young man named Jeff Bezos quit his stable job on Wall Street to pursue a risky idea: selling books online. At the time, e-commerce was virtually unheard of, and many people thought he was crazy. But Bezos remained committed to his vision. He worked tirelessly, often sleeping in his office and living frugally to reinvest in his business. Fast forward to today, and Amazon is one of the largest companies in the world. Bezos didn't achieve this overnight. He built his empire through years of relentless consistency. As he once said, "I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret trying something so ambitious. But I would regret not trying at all." The takeaway here is simple: consistency compounds. Whether you're saving money, learning a new skill, or building a business, the key is to keep going, even when progress feels slow. Over time, your efforts will multiply, creating exponential results. To cultivate consistency, try these tips. Create a routine. Establish daily habits that support your goals, such as reading, exercising, or meditating. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge milestones along the way to stay motivated. Stay patient. Trust the process and focus on long-term outcomes rather than immediate gratification. 3. Overcoming obstacles, turning setbacks into stepping stones. No journey to success is without challenges. The law of cause and effect reminds us that setbacks are simply feedback. They're opportunities to refine our approach and grow stronger. Here's how you can overcome obstacles effectively. Shift your perspective. Instead of viewing failures as permanent, see them as temporary setbacks. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Adopt this mindset, and you'll find resilience in the face of adversity. Learn from mistakes. Every mistake contains a lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Use the answers to improve your strategy moving forward. Stay flexible. Life rarely goes according to plan, so be willing to adapt. If one approach doesn't work, try another. Flexibility allows you to navigate challenges without losing sight of your goals. Let me share an inspiring example of someone who turned setbacks into success. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced countless rejections before her manuscript was finally accepted. She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Yet, she refused to give up on her dream. After 12 publishers rejected her book, Bloomsbury finally agreed to publish it. Today, the Harry Potter series has sold over 500 million copies worldwide, making Rowling one of the most successful authors in history. Rowling's story teaches us that persistence pays off. No matter how many times you fall, get back up and keep moving forward. 4. Practical strategies for applying the law of cause and effect. Now that you understand the importance of goal setting, consistency, and resilience, let's dive into some actionable strategies to apply the law of cause and effect in your daily life. Start with small changes. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once. Focus on one area at a time, whether it's improving your morning routine, enhancing your communication skills, or managing your finances better. Small wins build confidence and momentum. Use visualization techniques. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your desired outcome. Picture yourself achieving your goals and imagine how it feels. This practice strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your actions. Surround yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals who inspire you to grow. Avoid toxic influences that drain your energy or discourage you from pursuing your dreams. Track your progress. Keep a journal to record your achievements, challenges, and lessons learned. Reviewing your progress regularly helps you stay focused and motivated. 5. Key takeaway: success is within your control. The law of cause and effect empowers you to take control of your destiny. By setting intentional goals, staying consistent, and embracing challenges, you can create the life you desire. Remember, success is not reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to put in the effort. As Zig Ziglar once said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." So take the first step today. Commit to aligning your actions with your goals, and watch as your life transforms in remarkable ways. Chapter 4: The Spiritual Dimension of Cause and Effect. In this chapter, we'll explore the deeper, often overlooked aspects of this universal law. Beyond its practical applications, the law of cause and effect has profound implications for your inner world, your thoughts, intentions, and spiritual growth. By understanding this dimension, you can cultivate a life of harmony, purpose, and lasting peace. 1. Thoughts as seeds: the power of your mind. Your thoughts are like seeds. What you plant in your mind today will grow into the reality you experience tomorrow. This idea is central to many spiritual teachings, including Buddhism, where it's said that all that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Every thought you think sends out vibrations into the universe, shaping your energy and attracting corresponding outcomes. Positive thoughts create positive energy, while negative thoughts breed negativity. This principle is often referred to as the law of attraction, which is deeply intertwined with the law of cause and effect. Let's break this down further. Positive thoughts cultivate positivity. When you focus on gratitude, kindness, and optimism, you naturally attract more of these qualities into your life. For example, if you approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset instead of fear or frustration, you're more likely to find solutions and opportunities. Negative thoughts breed negativity. Conversely, dwelling on fear, doubt, or anger creates a cycle of negativity. These emotions not only affect your mental health but also influence your actions and relationships, leading to undesirable outcomes. To harness the power of your thoughts, practice mindfulness and self-awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement, or are you critical and harsh? Remember, your mind is fertile soil. What you plant determines what grows. 2. Karma and universal balance. Understanding the bigger picture. In many spiritual traditions, the concept of karma reflects the law of cause and effect. Simply put, karma means that your actions, whether physical, verbal, or mental, create ripples that return to you in some form. But karma is not about punishment or reward, it's about balance. Every action you take contributes to the collective energy of the universe, and the effects eventually come back to you. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do in the present." Here's how karma works in everyday life. Giving and receiving are interconnected. When you give love, kindness, or support to others, you create a cycle of positivity that comes back to you. Similarly, harming others, whether through words or actions, creates negative energy that affects your own life. Small actions matter, even seemingly insignificant acts, like holding the door for someone or offering a kind word, contribute to your karmic footprint. Over time, these small actions accumulate, shaping your experiences and relationships. To align yourself with positive karma, focus on cultivating compassion, generosity, and integrity. Treat others as you wish to be treated, and trust that your efforts will ripple outward, creating a harmonious flow of energy. 3. Finding inner peace through acceptance and trust. One of the most transformative aspects of the law of cause and effect is its ability to help you find inner peace. When you understand that every outcome is the result of specific causes, you stop resisting life's challenges and start accepting them as part of your journey. Here's how acceptance and trust can transform your perspective. Accept responsibility without judgment. Instead of blaming yourself or others for difficult situations, acknowledge your role in creating them, and use this awareness to make better choices moving forward. As Eckhart Tolle wrote, "Accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Trust the process. Life doesn't always unfold according to plan, but every experience, good or bad, has a purpose. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward growth and fulfillment, even when the path seems unclear." Let me share a story to illustrate this point. A woman named Sarah was devastated when she lost her job unexpectedly. At first, she felt angry and betrayed, questioning why this had happened to her. But as she reflected on her situation, she realized that her previous role had left her unfulfilled and drained. She decided to view this setback as an opportunity to pursue her true passion, teaching yoga. With determination and faith, Sarah enrolled in a certification program and began building her business. Within a year, she was thriving, not just financially but emotionally and spiritually. Looking back, she recognized that losing her job was a blessing in disguise, pushing her toward a more meaningful life. Sarah's story reminds us that challenges often carry hidden gifts. By trusting the process and remaining open to change, you can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. 4. practical practices for spiritual growth. To deepen your connection with the spiritual dimension of the law of cause and effect, incorporate these practices into your daily routine. Mindfulness meditation. Spend a few minutes each day sitting quietly, observing your thoughts without judgment. This practice helps you stay present and cultivate inner peace. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, attracting more positivity into your life. Acts of kindness. Perform 1 random act of kindness daily, whether it's complimenting a stranger, helping a colleague, or donating to charity. These small gestures create ripples of goodwill. Affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind. Repeat statements like, "I am worthy of success," or "I attract abundance and joy." By integrating these practices into your life, you align yourself with the natural flow of the universe, creating a sense of harmony and fulfillment. 5. Key takeaway: aligning your inner world with your outer reality. The spiritual dimension of the law of cause and effect teaches us that true success begins within. By cultivating positive thoughts, embracing karma, and finding inner peace, you create a foundation for lasting happiness and fulfillment. As Lao Tzu wisely said, "Mastering others is strength, mastering yourself is true power." When you master your thoughts, intentions, and actions, you unlock the full potential of this universal law and step into a life of purpose and meaning. Chapter 5: Building a Life Aligned with the Law of Cause and Effect. In this final chapter, we'll bring everything together by exploring how to integrate the principles you've learned into your daily life. From practical habits to creating a supportive environment, you'll discover actionable steps to live in harmony with this universal law. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear plan for building a fulfilling, balanced, and successful life. 1. Daily practices, creating consistency through routine. One of the most effective ways to align your life with the law of cause and effect is through consistent daily practices. These small, intentional actions compound over time, shaping your reality in powerful ways. Here are some key practices to incorporate into your routine. Morning intention setting. Start each day by setting an intention. Ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring into today? Write down your goals or affirmations to anchor your focus. This simple practice primes your mind for success and positivity. Evening reflection. End your day by reflecting on your actions and outcomes. Ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done differently? How can I improve tomorrow? Journaling your answers helps you stay mindful and continuously refine your approach. Mindfulness breaks. Throughout the day, pause for a few moments to check in with yourself. Are you acting with purpose, or are you operating on autopilot? Mindfulness keeps you aligned with your intentions and prevents reactive behaviors. As Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. By embedding these practices into your daily life, you create a strong foundation for long-term growth and fulfillment. 2. Creating a supportive environment. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your actions and mindset. To build a life aligned with the law of cause and effect, surround yourself with people, places, and resources that uplift and inspire you. Here's how to create a supportive environment. Cultivate positive relationships. Spend time with people who encourage your growth and share your values. Avoid toxic influences that drain your energy or discourage you from pursuing your dreams. As Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Choose wisely. Declutter your space. A cluttered environment often reflects a cluttered mind. Take time to organize your home, workspace, or digital files. A clean, organized space promotes clarity and focus, helping you make better decisions. Seek knowledge and inspiration. Surround yourself with books, podcasts, and content that expand your perspective. For example, listening to motivational talks or reading self-improvement books reinforces positive habits and keeps you inspired. By curating an environment that supports your goals, you remove distractions and create space for meaningful progress. 3. Celebrating small wins. reinforcing positive behaviors. Too often, we overlook small victories in pursuit of big goals. But celebrating small wins is essential for staying motivated and reinforcing positive behaviors. When you acknowledge your progress, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with success, making it easier to repeat those actions in the future. Here's how to celebrate effectively. Acknowledge milestones. Whether it's completing a week of consistent exercise, finishing a project ahead of schedule, or improving a relationship, take time to recognize your achievements. Reward yourself. Treat yourself to something you enjoy, a favorite meal, a relaxing bath, or a fun activity. Rewards reinforce positive habits and make the journey more enjoyable. Share your successes. Tell someone you trust about your progress. Sharing creates accountability and amplifies your sense of accomplishment. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. As Helen Keller once said, "A bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you fail to make the turn." Keep moving forward, and honor each milestone along the way. 4. Overcoming resistance. Staying committed to your vision. Even with the best intentions, resistance can creep in. Fear, doubt, or procrastination may tempt you to abandon your efforts. But understanding the law of cause and effect gives you the tools to overcome these challenges. Here's how to stay committed. Revisit your why. Remind yourself why you started. What is the deeper purpose behind your goals? Connecting to your why reignites your motivation and helps you push through tough times. Break tasks into smaller steps. When a task feels overwhelming, divide it into smaller, manageable pieces. Completing one step at a time builds momentum and reduces resistance. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Mistakes are part of the process, and beating yourself up only slows your progress. Instead, learn from setbacks and move forward with renewed determination. Let me share a story to illustrate the power of commitment. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, Howard Schultz returned as CEO of Starbucks after stepping away from the company years earlier. At the time, the iconic coffee chain was struggling, with declining sales and a tarnished brand. Instead of giving up, Schultz committed to revitalizing the company by returning to its core values: quality, community, and customer experience. He implemented changes like closing stores temporarily to retrain employees, investing in sustainable sourcing, and reconnecting with customers. These efforts paid off. Starbucks rebounded stronger than ever, becoming one of the most respected brands worldwide. Schultz's story reminds us that commitment, even in the face of adversity, leads to extraordinary results. Stay focused on your vision, and trust that your persistence will pay off. 5. Key takeaway: building a life of purpose and fulfillment. The law of cause and effect empowers you to design a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. By adopting daily practices, creating a supportive environment, celebrating small wins, and overcoming resistance, you align your actions with your desired outcomes. As victory, Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Embrace this challenge, and commit to living intentionally. Every thought, word, and action you take shapes the world around you, and ultimately, the legacy you leave behind. Audiobook conclusion. As we come to the end of this audiobook, let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons we've explored together. Understanding the law of cause and effect. Every action has consequences, and by understanding this universal principle, you gain the power to shape your destiny. Identifying your current causes and effects, awareness of your patterns, both positive and negative, is the first step toward meaningful change. Applying the law to achieve success, setting intentional goals, staying consistent, and overcoming obstacles are essential for turning aspirations into reality. The spiritual dimension, your thoughts, intentions, and energy play a crucial role in creating harmony and fulfillment in your life. Building a life aligned with the law, daily practices, supportive environments, and celebrating small wins help you integrate these principles into your everyday existence. These lessons remind us that success and happiness are not random. They're the result of deliberate choices and sustained effort. Now that you've gained these insights, I want to encourage you to take action. Remember, knowledge alone is not enough, it's what you do with it that truly matters. Start small. Focus on one area of your life where you'd like to see improvement, and commit to making consistent, intentional changes. Whether it's improving your relationships, advancing your career, or nurturing your spiritual growth, trust that every step forward brings you closer to your dreams. Don't be discouraged by setbacks, they're part of the process. As Confucius once said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." Stay patient, stay persistent, and believe in your ability to create the life you desire. You have everything you need within you to succeed. All it takes is courage, discipline, and faith in the journey ahead. Thank you for joining me on this wisdom journey through how the law of cause and effect shapes your life. It's been an honor to share these insights with you, and I hope they inspire you to live with purpose, intention, and joy. If you found value in this audiobook, please take a moment to show your support. Like this video to help others discover it. Share it with friends or family who might benefit from these teachings. Subscribe to Wisdom Audiobooks for more inspiring content designed to empower and uplift you. Your engagement means the world to me, and together, we can spread wisdom and positivity to countless lives. Until next time, remember, you are the architect of your destiny. Keep building, keep growing, and keep shining brightly.